$79 Canadian. Now let's get into the fun, the swatches of everything I just tested. Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today is a very exciting video, and I'm going to be reviewing some of the newest Pat McGrath products. So the Divine Rose 2 collection includes the Divine Rose 2, which is the Mothership, I believe, 8 palette. That is not new. I reviewed that it's been probably close to 6 months, maybe not quite. It's been a few months since I reviewed that. So that palette is not new. I was a little bit confused at first. I'm like, wait, is that a new palette? Because that looks a lot like the one that I got. It's the newest Mothership palette, but it is not like just launched, but it is incorporated in the newest collection. The new stuff from this collection includes the quad, which I did get. This is the first quad from Pat McGrath that I've gotten. It's $79 Canadian for 4 eyeshadows. This is so pricey, but that being said, the 10 pan palettes, the Mothership palettes, are 170 Canadian. You know, it's a nicer option for those of you that maybe just want a couple eyeshadows from Pat McGrath to test the formula, or if this, you know, color scheme really intrigues you, it's like your jam, then these are good options to spend a little bit less money. Divine Rose Luxe Quad in Eternal Eden. I'm so pumped. Look at this palette. Number one, it's same packaging as their regular Mothership palettes, but obviously smaller. This beautiful black, sleek packaging. It's high quality, like just all the detail. And then you open it, it comes with a really beautiful size mirror, especially for a quad. And it comes with 4 stunning shades. Now they are more rosy tones. So if that's not your color scheme, I don't think it would be worth the money for you, because if it's colors you're not going to use often, this is an $80 quad. She's expensive. So it's definitely gonna have to be like something you're interested in color scheme wise. Let's see if the quality is consistent with her typical quality, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty sure it's going to be. I've never been disappointed by her eyeshadow before. The highlight is $65 Canadian. That's a very expensive highlight, so I didn't get it because the shade is like a rosy gold, or like a rose gold, and as much as I love rose gold highlights, sometimes they can be too dark, so I think I'm gonna wait for another color that maybe would suit my skin tone a little bit better, rather than spending $65 on a highlight that may not suit me perfectly. Although I have heard fantastic things about their highlight formula, so I am pumped to eventually try it. The rest of the collection, there's 2 liquid lipsticks, a matte, I think it's a matte trance lipstick, and 2 lip pencils. I got the quad, I got one of the liquid lipsticks and one of the lip pencils. I have yet to try their lip pencils, but I've heard fantastic things about them. I have heard they're extremely long wearing and creamy and just really, you know, user friendly and really great. So I'm pumped about that. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is her very first liquid lipstick she's ever come out with. I don't think I've ever seen liquid lipsticks on her website before, so I do believe this is her very first liquid lipstick. And this is the thing I think I'm most excited for, because I love trying new formulas. All Pat McGrath stuff is also sold at Sephora, so it does make it a little bit easier, especially if you're going to be purchasing things like they are more expensive. You will most likely get free shipping. So let's just get started and start with an eye look. I did the rest of my face just to save some time. I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes with MAC Paint Pot. Okay, so I am just gonna go ahead and set that down just a little bit with my face powder, just because then it's not gonna be super tacky. Like minuscule amount of powder, just so there's no like tackiness, and then that way everything's gonna blend evenly on top of it. Now let's, number one, talk about packaging. The packaging of Pat McGrath is so incredible. Even just the box is so unique. I've mentioned before, I love her palette packaging. So this is the palette up close. So I really like the color scheme that I'm seeing. I think it, from first glance, offers different texture, enough difference in tone. I think that the idea of this rose line is that it's a little bit more feminine, a little bit more subtle. It's not going to be like crazy glam. I'm really pumped. Obviously it's very pink, very rose, and very, you know, there's not really many dark shades, but I think from first glance, we're going to be able to create some really beautiful looks from this palette. Okay, so I'm going to take my Scott Barnes 61 brush. It's really flat, but it is kind of dense, and I can get right in the crease. I'm going to take that shade called Earthly Delight, which is this like more mauvey shade right here. Tap off my excess and let's start to kind of press it into the crease. I love this brush because it like fits right in my eye socket perfectly, and then it also like presses products really nicely. Now that I have that shape, I'm just going to start to buff it in a little bit, but I want it to be a little softer on the inner corner, and then just buff that edge a little bit. That's a beautiful, beautiful, almost purpley mauvey shade. Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna connect it and kind of create almost like a winged shape. I think with this palette too, it would be a little bit more of like an everyday palette, because as much as I'm building it up and they're quite pigmented, you also could use them a little bit more moderately, and I think you could create really, really soft and subtle everyday looks too, which is awesome. I'm gonna get a little bit of a like fluffier brush, and I'm gonna take the exact same shade, just a little bit though, and start to buff that out a little bit. And this is darker, I think, than it looks in the pan. It's not really darker than it looks in the pan. It's not like deceiving, but I think when I looked at this at first, I was like, okay, it's gonna be definitely a really, really subtle, you know, look. But I think when you build it, because they are so pigmented, you still could create some pretty glam looks with this. So I think it's a really versatile palette so far. I haven't added any product, and now I'm just buffing even further so that we get that perfect blend. And look at how easily that blends out. Like, it's honestly, Pat McGrath palettes are honestly like incredible. They are so easy to use and blendable. I absolutely love them. I think what I'm gonna do is take still a fluffer brush, but a little bit smaller. And I'm gonna take the pink shade, which is called Temptation. And I just wanna kind of make this a little bit more pink as it fades out. I'm gonna add some up here, so as it blends out, it becomes a little bit more pink. Yeah, that's nice. And then I think I'll go back and reinforce the mauvey shade again, but I just wanted to see that pink. Ooh, that's nice. And it's not like a super bright pink. Like, yes, it's bright, but I think it's a beautiful, like, rosy pink, and I think it's really flattering. Now I'm just gonna go in with the mauvey shade with that Scott Barnes brush and just reinforce it right at the crease. Now let's get into the fun, because the fun is the metallics. I love Pat McGrath's metallics, shimmers, duochromes. All of those shades are my favorites by her. So let's just swatch these two. I'm gonna have swatches of everything at the end of the video as well. The shade right here is this metallic shade called Forbidden Fruit. It's more of like a purpley mauvey metallic. Oh, that's pigmented and stunning. Look at that. Okay, this I'm applying next to it. Oh my goodness, that's to die for. That's Pink Mystique, and it's a little bit more of a duochrome, so it has a pink base with a really beautiful golden duochrome shift. Absolutely stunning. Okay, let's apply the Forbidden Fruit. I'm gonna use my finger and I'm gonna apply that all across the lid. Her metallic formulas are very pigmented, light reflective, creamy on the lid. They don't look chunky. Beautiful shade. Minimal fallout too, like barely anything. Wowza. Wowza. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead with this absolutely stunning shade here. I think I wanna just put it in the inner corner and on the brow bone. This is the Lavish Eye Shading Brush. It's this reason I chose it is because it's so small, it fits in my inner corner. And I'm gonna pick this up. I'm gonna see how it does without being wet. It is quite pigmented, but I think it's gonna be even brighter when it's wet. And because I love the super bright inner corner, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's wet. Oh yeah, that's what we were looking for. Okay, so let's wet it and apply it on the brow bone. The base color, the pink color, isn't too dark, so I think it's gonna still work well. Sometimes with duochromes, if like the base color is too dark in some lights, it's gonna actually darken your brow bone or your inner corner. But if it's a right duochrome, it can just like transform your look, which this one did. So now on the lower lash line, I'm gonna take the mauvey shade and just kind of smudge it along. I'm gonna go all the way because we've ended up going actually quite glam, so we may as well just go full force with it then. Just look how things blend so seamlessly. Like, I don't even have to try. It makes my life so easy. I'm now gonna take that brush that I used for the pink, and I'm gonna take a little bit of that. I'm gonna smoke this one out with the pink a little bit more than the top. And then now I'm gonna take that lid shade and apply that from the center of the eye inward. And now, last but not least, let's take that inner corner shade. I'm gonna wet it again, and I'm going to bring it down here. Okay, so that's the finished look on this eye. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and finish up this eye, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of liner and false lashes on, and then I'll come back and we'll do the lip. Okay, so I'm back, finished up my eye look. I am digging this eye look. I think this is one of my favorite looks I've created with Pat McGrath eyeshadow. I will be completely honest with you. It impressed me way more than I thought it was going to. I think just because it's so expensive for 4 eyeshadows, I was gonna have to be wowed. And so because I was wowed, I definitely think that this is worth the high price tag. Obviously, you don't need to spend this much money to get good quality eyeshadows, but these are like next level. These are absolutely incredible, and I'm really, really happy. Even though this is a glam look, I think it's still a little bit more soft and subtle. Like, it's not like super dark or super, super bright. Like, it is still a little bit more like soft, and I could have gone way softer. Like, I could have done a really, really simple everyday look with this, which is nice to see that even though it's only 4 eyeshadows, there's multiple different looks you could create with it. So really, really cool. So I have the Permagel Ultra Lip Pencil in the shade Suburbia. There's 2 different shades. This one is the more rose one, and then there's like a more nude one called Buff. So these are waterproof lip pencils. They are designed to simultaneously blend lip color while adding sharp definition and structure for long-lasting lip perfection. They're long-wearing, waterproof, blendable. They have bold color payoff, 0 feathering or transfer, and smooth application. Whoop. Same packaging, obviously, as the quad. The thing that I really like about this, well, number one, just a quick little comment, is that it comes with a sharpener. I know it's like not the most fantastic looking, like it's just a sharpener, but I think it's really nice that it comes with it. I mean, you're spending $38 Canadian for this little guy, so you would hope it would come with one, but it is nice that it does because most don't from other brands. So this shade Suburbia, this is more of like a rosy shade, and then the other one in the collection is called Buff, which is a little bit more of a nude shade. But they're both actually quite similar. This one's a little bit darker. The reason I got this one is because I actually got the nude liquid lipstick, and if you have watched my channel before, you will know that I really, really like to do a darker lip liner to help create more of like the illusion of a fuller lip. So this is a perfect setup to do that, but you can get the matching, like there's a rose liquid lipstick that you could match a little bit closer to this, or a nude lip liner. So there is the matching lip liner with lip pencil, or you could obviously mix and match like I did. I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips, and I'm just gonna slightly bring it in to create that illusion of fuller lips. That is a really nice lip liner. So they're very sturdy yet very creamy, so you're able to get really defined and precise lines, yet it glides really, really easily. And it is very creamy and like smooth on the lips. I have really, really dry lips right now, and it's not accentuating any texture, so it looks very creamy on the lip as well. That's really, really nice, and I really like the shade. I think it meshes well with the eyeshadow. So let's go on to the liquid lipstick, and then we will be done. So these are $41 Canadian. Okay, so here in the description it says it makes a return. So I think they've come out with liquid lipsticks before, but they were I don't know if they were discontinued or if they were just limited edition. So this is a return. My apologies, I wasn't aware of that. It's a plush matte liquid lipstick that leaves the lips seductively smooth with cushion-like formulation that coats the lips in lightweight, creamy color in a single swipe. Supposed to be full coverage, lasting color, smooth finish, stretch effect, moisture complex infusion, intense color payoff with a doe foot applicator. This is the packaging, by the way. Love the packaging. The only thing is I feel like the lid doesn't completely click closed, so you guys won't be able to see this, but I don't know if this is just mine. Maybe there's something wrong with it. It's not like gonna ruin the product. It's really not that big of a deal, but it is kind of like annoying. It doesn't like completely tighten, so like you just like tap it and it like starts to like loosen. So maybe just be careful if that's the case for all of them, not that it doesn't come open in your purse or something. A really beautiful doe foot applicator. It's a little bit angled and it looks like it's going to be a nice shape to create precise lines, but also cover a lot in one time. So this is the shape. This is exactly what I wanted it to do. A darker lip liner with a lighter liquid lipstick, and this is a beautiful like pinky nude liquid lipstick. Really stunning liquid lipstick. It feels very comfortable and very lightweight. It is quite matte, but it doesn't really accentuate any texture. It is very smooth on the lips and it looks just really beautiful. It was easy to apply. The applicator is nice. I think it's a stunning shade. It was quite full coverage. I didn't have to overlap or build. It was one swipe application. Again, happy with everything that I've used today from this collection. I think that the collection as a whole is really stunning. I do also have the Mothership palette that is part of this collection, and it is probably my favorite that I own. So I think this Divine Rose 2 collection is stunning and some of my favorite products from Pat McGrath that I've ever tried. So I really think it is a hit, and I don't think you'll be disappointed if you try any of these. That being said, I definitely will need to see how these lip products hold up, and I will be updating you at the end of the day. There's no specific time or claim of how long it's gonna last, so I'm just gonna kind of just see how long it lasts and update you on that. So yeah, that is basically everything for now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be back to update you guys on how these lip products wore. And in the meantime, keep watching if you want to see the swatches of everything I just tested. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, so it's almost 10 o'clock, so it has been like a little over 6 hours. Don't mind this inner corner. These lashes were bothering me because I didn't trim them. I thought I could get away with not trimming them, and they just were like poking me, so I was like playing with it, and now I've popped it off. So she looks a little funny, but that's my own fault, and that's why there's like a mess in my inner corner. The eyeshadow's looking incredible still. But yeah, the lips. So the liquid lipstick started to wear off, I'd say after I ate, because I did eat pulled pork sandwiches, so they're messy, and I had to like lick my lips and like wipe my lips a little bit. So it's not like completely like all day long wearing, but it really did wear really well. Like it was pretty much transfer resistant. I felt it didn't bleed or move really at all, and until I ate, it was looking really incredible. So I was, you know, really happy about that. Do you notice how everywhere I applied lip liner, still there, hasn't worn off almost at all? And especially considering that like the liquid lipstick worn off over top of it and that's still there, it's really cool to see that. So the lip liner, A+, absolutely love it. It was really easy to use, and clearly it is waterproof and really long wearing. Both products I was really impressed with, and I think are phenomenal products. So really excited about this Divine Rose collection, and I definitely recommend it. So thanks so much for watching my video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.